Holy crap, we are here. We are on NFL kickoff eve, and we are here to give you our predictions of the 2019-2020 season. I don't know about you, but I got some bold predictions. I have some bold predictions for you boys and ladies tonight. And we are getting straight into it with the AFC North. The AFC North. I'm going to go with bold prediction number 1 of the night. The Baltimore Ravens will be the worst of the AFC North. The worst.
I don't think anyone can be worse than the Bengals.
The worst.
It's not humanly possible.
The worst.
All right, mine.
Baltimore. You can do whatever prediction you want, because I'm going to give you my champion, my AFC champion.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to be worse than the Bengals.
The Bengals are actually
going to be their coach now. Is it still Marvin Lewis?
No. He got fired. No, it's somebody else.
He's had like the longest tenure of anyone without success.
Yeah, no, it's not him. He's not him. No. But they still got
Dalton. And that's kind of wasted AJ Green's career.
Yes, it has.
Kind of like the Lions wasted Barry Sanders and Megatron.
It's true. It's very true. But no, I think the Bengals, I think their offense is going to be high-powered, even with Andy Dalton. I hate to say it.
I don't think he's going to start all. I think they might go to that rookie.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to make. I think they might start off like the Bears did last year, where they lose like the first 4 games, and then the Bengals are just like, okay, and just bench him and put the kid in.
I gotcha. But my AFC North champion is it's not the sexy, trendy Cleveland Browns that everybody's saying, but I still think it's Pittsburgh. I think they're going 12-4. I say Pittsburgh is going to have a bounce back year. Mike Tomlin always has his team ready no matter what. I hate to say it because I thought they were going to have a bounce, that they were going to keep trending down, but after doing a lot of studying and a lot of looking at every team, Pittsburgh is still the cream of the crop in the AFC North.
I think their defense is going to be a lot better, especially since they drafted Deion Bush.
Yes.
I agree. I think they're going to win the division. I say like 12 or 13 wins.
Yeah, I got them at 12.
I think a full season of letting Connor be the number 1.
Yes.
And then they have Samuels as the backup. It's going to help. They still, losing Antonio Brown is whatever, because it's not like he played every game, and every game he played, it's not like he was always like top player every game. No. Having Juju and James Washington, I think it's going to help them. They still got good tight ends with Vance McDonald and a few other people.
And Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, Roethlisberger.
He always does. Yeah, so I think they're going 12-4. Yeah. I do have Cleveland in the playoffs. I have them with a 10-6 record. I have them as a wild card, so I do have that sexy trend in there. So I do have them at 10-6. I actually have them
8-8.
You have them 8-8.
I think they're gonna get their wins, but I think a lot of teams are gonna play them harder because they're gonna be like, "Oh, you think you're like the top team now," and especially when they play a team like the Steelers, and even if the Ravens are bad, their defense is still really gets good at you and still hits you.
I could see that. Yeah, like all of their divisional games are going to be tough as fuck. Yeah. You know,
because the Steelers aren't gonna.
No,
especially with those new linebackers they got, I think they're gonna be
tough. I do have Cincinnati at a surprising 7-9. I do have them as surprising 7-9. I do believe they started off really hot last year, and they had a lot of injuries in the middle of the season that made them lose a lot of games in a row. And I think Cincinnati, they're not a playoff team at all, but I think you're going to see the best of Cincinnati this year, and I think the best of Cincinnati is a 7-9 record.
I think they end up 5 or 6 wins. Just they could be better. It's just. They have so many holes on that team on defense. Since losing Perfect, they don't got a rush as much anymore. They tried to bring back Dunlap and Johnson. Like Geno Atkins is still a monster, but he can't do it himself.
No.
I think AJ and Eifert, who are always like their top weapons, can't stay on the field anymore because now Green's like 30, 31. Eifert's just always been hurt, even though he's only like 25, 26.
They got John Ross.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but he's
fast.
He's not number one. Like,
no, I know.
Like if Green got hurt,
and
you lined Ross up on the edge, he'd get murdered by the bigger corners.
You're right. I do have Baltimore 5-11. I think that defense is very good. I'm sorry. I hate to say it, and maybe it's because I'm biased to the whole Joe Flacco shit, but I am not a believer in Lamar Jackson. And not only that, who the fuck is he going to throw to?
Well, no, that's why I have them 7 and 9. They have no receivers at all.
None.
Like
they don't. And I'm sorry to say,
Hollywood Brown, which is okay, but he's not.
I mean,
he's not Metcalf.
He's a rookie, so I mean, yeah. and the other thing is, you only have Mark Ingram. You don't have those slew of running backs anymore. And if Mark Ingram goes down, he's like what, 30 or about to be 30? 30 yeah. So if he goes down, who's running the ball? And
you're Dixon.
No, I don't think so.
I thought that was the one they kept because I thought they lost a few.
They left. Yeah, Alex Collins is gone.
Yeah, no Collins.
Yeah, Collins is gone. They have. So I have it all right here.
They have Ty, I think.
Montgomery?
Yeah.
No, I think he's in.
Ingram.
No, they have Gus Edwards and Justice Hill. Who in the fucking blue are these people?
And Madden, I could probably rush for 1,000 yards.
Yeah, you're probably right. And guess what? Probably one of them is going to be a 1,200-yard rusher in real life and become like fantasy football's greatest.
It'll be Peyton Hillis, a one-year.
Exactly, like Justice Hill will be that guy. You know, we heard it here on fucking the Pup List. Oh yeah, this is Pup List. This is James. This is Adam. There you go. It just had to go right into it. You know, I'm so excited for NFL season. So,
but yeah, Bengals obviously will be last place in that division. And just, I like the Ravens. I think what will keep them in games is their defense and is the fact that I know like a lot of people like will talk shit with like kickers and stuff. Oh, but having Justin Tucker,
he's the greatest.
Nail 60-yard field goals like without even with his eyes closed.
Yeah, not
like
even
that's gonna help
them out, but it's not gonna have them
especially when
games.
the other team is the Bengals. Like you're gonna neither of them are like I could see the Ravens winning like 5 games and the Bengals winning 4. like they'll be like
right above
one under each other.
So we both have Pittsburgh number 1. We both
Browns
have Cleveland number 2, and then we just have Cincinnati and Baltimore different. I have Cincinnati 3rd. You got Baltimore 3rd.
I think Lamar, if he had weapons,
yes,
he'd be better. But like they have
nobody,
absolutely no wide.
They're not giving him any fucking shot.
And I thought that's what they were going to do in the draft because like they had so many.
They got Hollywood Brown.
Well, no, but they had picks before that where like top receivers were on the board. I'm like, okay, maybe like Metcalf goes here.
Top-ish guy,
yeah.
I don't.
But I was kind of like maybe Metcalf goes here.
Yeah.
Maybe, but like they kept passing, and then also they had like really good tight ends with like Mark Andrews and Hayden Hurst, but Andrews hasn't really developed into that weapon they thought they would.
No.
And Hurst, who knows how he's like gonna work with Lamar? Because the good thing about Lamar, with the former running backs they had in Baltimore, was he could always, if needed, go out to them on the flat.
Right.
Ingram isn't a good catcher, and that's why the Saints use Kamara so much because Kamara could catch.
Kamara catches the fucking
and Kamara can't be tackled.
But
I think they made the mistake of which free agent running back they signed. I think they should have signed Tevin Coleman instead of.
Oh, I agree. I agree. Tevin Coleman
on his own would have fit great in there
because then Lamar Jackson, if he's in trouble, he can dump it right off
do the option offense with Coleman. But you can't do that with Ingram because Ingram's not fast. No, his hands aren't that good.
Yeah, exactly. So I just think Baltimore is going to be a shit show this year. That's my.
Do you think if they are, Harbaugh gets fired?
No, not yet. I think he's
or he quits.
Not yet. No, I think he stays. Because they just won the division last year. He's going to be there for at least 2-3 years if it goes south. He'll still be there.
Do you think his brother will ever be back?
No, he's insane.
Yeah, but people like respect him and want him because he's a good offensive mind.
He's staying in Michigan. Yeah. He's not going anywhere.
What if the Lions offer him a job?
No, he loves those Wolverines. He's a Michigan man, a University of Michigan man for life.
Once Patricia shits the bed once again,
he's not going to shit the bed.
His life is a shit the bed.
Foreshadowing. AFC South. My bold prediction is the best team will go 8-8. Yes,
I have that too.
The best team will go 8-8 and win the division.
I have that too, actually, but I have a different team.
And who is your 8-8 team?
Titans. I think Mariota has a comeback year and like it finally clicks for him.
I have Jaguars.
Yeah,
I think they have a bounce back year, if you want to call it. They don't have Blake Bortles anymore.
No, they got Nick Foles.
Who was the Super Bowl
and you got to see if Fournette can stay on the field. And they don't have Yeldon either.
No, they don't.
Someone else. So if Fournette gets hurt,
they're fucked.
Yeah,
they're fucked.
Because before they had Yeldon, who was basically a number one back.
Yeah,
that doesn't get number one back carries.
No, because he gets injured.
Yeah,
and then But I think that defense is going to be good.
Yeah.
I think they're just going to do just enough to win this division. I got Tennessee 7-9.
Yeah.
I do like Tennessee. I was looking at them, but I don't know. The wide receiver core is a little bit shaky. That Tennessee offensive line is a little bit shaky. Yeah. I understand Mariota is the better quarterback than Nick Foles, so yeah, I understand that. I would give.
I think Mariota has. I mean, they got him one good receiver last year in the draft, but they kind of have the same situation that Baltimore has with Lamar. Yeah. Where you don't, except for Delaney and the one Davis.
Yes.
They give him
Corey Davis.
They give him absolutely nothing.
And he's a beast.
Yeah. But if your weapons are two receivers, defenses are going to go one safety here, one safety here. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Where else are you going to go?
Yeah. What are you going to do?
And
I'm not
they haven't had a one game for a while.
Henry. Exactly. I'm not a big fan of Derrick Henry.
I think he'd be good.
He's going to be getting the workload, but he's only going to be getting 3 yards of carry.
I think he'd be better in the old version of football, where it's just up the middle, just head down,
just head down, just plow through, beat the fuck out of everybody.
The speed game, the option game, he's not really built for that.
No, he's not.
And I think that's part of why that offense struggled last year with LaFleur's system. I think Henry had 1,000 yards rushing still because LaFleur likes to run more.
Well, yeah, because he had so many attempts.
But it was also I saw some of their games on the Sunday Ticket thing, and when we were at the bars, and you saw Mariota trying to do the RPOs, and Henry just kind of stood there,
right?
He didn't.
What am I doing?
Yeah, he didn't get it.
What am I doing? I'm just a running back that runs up the middle and beats the fuck out of everybody. So who's your second team in the AFC South?
Second.
I know it's a shit show.
Probably the Texans.
Texans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dak and Hopkins will.
I don't know how I got them at a 4-12 team. I guess I'm just betting on that they're going to get a lot of injuries. I don't want them to get injuries, but I also think that they're imploding.
I think Clowney's going to kill some of their defense.
Yes.
Because now they're just all going to lock up.
Well, they still got Merciless, and they still got J.J. Watt, and
but Merciless was more the coverage linebacker.
They got Tunsil,
and Watt was
offensive line, so they got that's going to.
And Watt is the rusher, and now if Watt's the only rusher, you're just going to send 2 guys at him and be like, okay, Watt, you've been hurt the last few years. Let's see if we can beat double and triple teams.
And we still don't know if Deshaun Watson is going to be healthy for a whole season,
or if he's going to upgrade over what he was last year.
Exactly. So I don't know. I feel like even with that high-powered air offense, passing offense, that's in a way that's all they got.
But
they got Carlos Hyde and Duke Johnson, but they're not good.
Yeah.
Carlos Hyde gets injured too.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? Have Duke Johnson run the whole fucking time? You know what? Yeah, I think a 4-12 record for this Houston Texans team is just the
only reason I have them a little higher. I got 7 wins. Is just if I'm looking
because of DeAndre Hopkins. Because of Fuller.
Yeah, but also because I'm also looking at coaching in that division.
Bill O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien is.
He's
the
great.
Best coach.
He is the best coach in that division.
And he'll find ways to
to find to get wins, especially against those three
that maybe
teams.
He shouldn't get and just like kind of move up a little.
Exactly. So you got Jacksonville number 3. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because we all know who number 4 is.
Yeah. They were going to be my number 1 before Luck retired.
They were going to be my team to go to the Super Bowl before Luck retired. Oh, man. But that did not happen. What is this?
But yeah, Jacksonville, like my only issue with that, like I believe their defense will be a lot better next year than it was the year before. But I really don't trust Nick Foles. Like I just think something's gonna fuck up with him, and he's
how many wins are you thinking for Jacksonville?
Like 5.
Okay.
Just like their defense is gonna keep games like scored,
but Nick Foles is not going to be able to get the job done late in the game.
Yeah.
And then Indianapolis number 4.
Well, yeah, there's going to be like if he
everybody's
stayed,
trying to say, "Oh, Jacoby Brissett, he's still going to be good."
He's a good, decent quarterback, but
he's not Andrew fucking Luck.
Well, no, and that's the thing too. Like, if the Colts would have stayed as is and Luck, I probably would have had said that we were going to win like 13 or 14 games.
Yeah,
because Luck
would have won the most of those games.
And the funny thing is,
they would go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the funny thing is, like we were talking fantasy football last week, like him retiring basically made their entire team undraftable. And they have like great players like T.Y. Hilton, Eric Ebron,
Marlon Mack. Exactly.
But it's like, well, I'm not going to take T.Y. Hilton if Jacoby Brissett's throwing them the ball because I'm not going to get points.
Not Andrew fucking Luck. I mean, they are going to have to throw the ball. Yeah. It's just not going to be as much numbers as you wanted it to be. AFC East. Here is my bold prediction. There will be 2 teams in the East with double-digit wins. I'm not saying 2 playoff teams, but I'm saying 2 teams with double-digit wins. Of course, that number 1 team is the New England Patriots.
Dolphins?
That would be something. I got New England Patriots number 1. Do we even have to go through the fucking list? 13-3. Here we go. Who you got winning the division?
The Jets.
Well, fuck. Why?
Because I think this is when Brady's.
This is the downfall of Brady.
Without Gronk, I think it's gonna hit, and it might hit fast.
Well, they're not gonna need him to throw the ball that much anymore. This can be like the mid-2000s Patriots, where they just ran the ball with Corey Dillon and whoever else in the fucking backfield. They got James White. They got Sony Michel. They got Sony Michel, man.
They might, but in this division, that's gonna be real tough. The Dolphins, you could probably run for 8,000 yards on in a game, but the Bills and the Jets defenses are going to be really hard to run the ball on, especially with Mosley on the Jets now.
Yeah, that's kind of true. CJ Mosley,
and plus Darnold could only get better.
I think Darnold is going to get better. I like the Jets, and that's why I have them with 10 wins. The second team in the NFC.
I got them with 11.
You got the Jets with 11. Yeah. So who's second place in that division for you?
Bills.
You're really going on a bold prediction right here. Holy shit. I like the Bills. I think they're going to be good. I think Josh Allen's going to be a decent quarterback. I don't think he's going to be like elite or great.
I think what's going to help them, but Josh Allen will keep going.
They're going to be
Josh Allen will put up points and put up amazing fantasy points for you. He's going to run.
Yes.
But that defense is going to lock people up.
Yeah.
You got Tre'Davious White, Micah Hyde. They don't fuck around, and that's why I think, like, when they face the Patriots, the Patriots right now is N'Keal Harry, who hasn't really gotten into the offense yet, and Edelman.
Yeah.
So without the security blanket of Gronk,
you're just gonna.
And they know what tight end do they have?
Hey, they're getting Demaryius Thomas.
And what tight end do they have? Benjamin Watson, who's suspended.
No, it's some rando. I looked at it the other day.
Or was it Jared Cook?
No. Jared Cook's in New Orleans. How scary is that?
But is he suspended the first 2 games?
I think he. Fuck. Where are you? Oh, wow. Where the fuck are we? Okay. We got as tight ends. We got Matt Lacoste. Yeah, Benjamin Watson is suspended. Yeah, and then Ryan Izzo. So yeah.
So they got nothing basically.
Yeah. No. Okay.
And that's basically when he's in trouble. Brady generally, like most quarterbacks, goes for the biggest target. And those tight ends, no matter how good they may be, if they develop perfectly.
Hey, they got. Hey, what are you talking about? They got Josh Gordon. I forgot about Josh Gordon.
He'll get suspended by week 2.
Son of a bitch. God damn you, Josh Gordon.
No, but like the whole thing with the tight ends, like they may develop into good players, but they're not going to be Gronk. They're not going to be able to like high point a ball like 3 feet above their head.
Yeah.
They're not going to like break 10 tackles to get into the end zone. Like the big part of their offense was always, they might go heavy on the run game now.
Damn.
But I think they're going to struggle, and I don't trust their defense.
I don't either, but I just feel like it's Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, and they just do it. And I think this well-oiled machine is still going to do it. With Buffalo, I like Buffalo. They're stingy. I have them 8-8. I know you got them 9-7.
Yeah.
So that means your third place team is
Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots. What do you got them at?
8-8.
8-8. Okay. So yeah,
just because they have a lot of tough games on their schedule. I don't know how that number one, the defense is going to hold up. Number 2, like the Patriots over the past, and the Saints actually, over the past 3-4 seasons have like started off really slow, and then all of a sudden on the season they go up.
Right.
I think if the Patriots start slow,
they won't be.
I don't think they'll be able to pop up, especially if the Jets defense goes up, and if the Darnolds go doing good.
I could see it.
I don't know if they're going to be able to catch them.
Right. I like it. I like it a lot. Miami's 4th. Miami's trying to take.
They still exist?
Yes, I got them with 2 wins.
Yeah, they're 2 or 3.
Yeah, they're going to be
none in the division.
They're going to have the number 1 seed, the number 1 pick,
and they're going to take Tua and
and then they're going to
Josh Rosen again.
Yes, they will. And Josh Rosen will have his
Josh
third
Rosen
team.
will get traded to another team.
He's going to have his 3rd team in 3 years in the league, and
I could predict the other team he gets traded to.
Who?
The Bears.
Why?
Because I think Mitch is going to fail.
Oh my God. Well, we'll get to the NFC North after we get to the AFC West. My bold prediction is the Kansas City Chiefs are not winning this division. It's the LA Chargers. I have both teams going 11-5, but the Chargers will get the tiebreaker with the wins and the better division wins. But the Chargers are winning this division. This is Phillip Rivers' year. In a sense, foreshadowing, maybe not. But I think Phillip Rivers is going to have a fucking amazing year, even with or without Melvin Gordon. They got Eckler in the backfield. I think he'll be okay. They still got those wide receivers. They got that, I think, fast, fun defense. I think it's going to be fun.
They got Hunter Henry, though.
They got Hunter Henry. I think it's going to be very fun to watch the Chargers and Chiefs all year, but I think the Chargers is going to edge it out.
I could see the Chargers winning the division. I actually am expecting the Chiefs to take a step back. I think they'll still be in second place in the division.
Okay.
But their defense is going to cost them games. I think they're going to end up around 9 wins.
Wow.
I don't, that defense is fucking, anyone can move the ball on them. Once they lost Marcus Peters and Reed,
right?
They can't stop anyone. They can't rush anyone.
So what are they supposed to do? What are they doing?
And Mahomes could put up 80 points a game, but if you go against another quarterback like say one last year with Breeze, who could do the exact same thing.
He could do the exact same thing, exactly. No, yeah, you're right. Breeze could do the thing. So okay, never mind. Third team. Joe Flacco's Denver Broncos.
I got Broncos third because they're
I got
complete
them third.
team over.
Yeah, because
the
we all know who the
over
last
the last.
I think the Broncos. I think they're going to be almost the same team as they were last year, just a little bit better at quarterback. Should I say?
I don't know. Keenum has almost identical stats to Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco will do better with the Denver Broncos than Case Keenum did with the Denver Broncos last year. Broncos go 9-7, miss the playoffs, of course, and that defense is still sick. That defense is so sick, and I think that running game with Lindsey is going to be okay. I think they're going to do just enough to beat an average team.
Yeah, I got the inverse record. I think like 7-9, 6-10, just because, their defense is going to be amazing, but if you've watched their preseason, Fangio is a genius defensive coach, but their offense has looked like it doesn't know what the fuck it's doing. And part of that could be Joe Flacco.
It could.
Because you've seen what Joe Flacco does.
On my team, yes.
Throw interceptions and get sacked.
My LA Chargers. Bastard. In our fantasy draft. Oakland is fucking hot garbage. Yeah. This whole Antonio Brown bullshit. This is a circus. They're going 4-12.
Yeah.
Derek Carr is probably going to not start the whole season. They're probably going to put some bum in there, and that's going to be it.
Don't they sign DeShone Kizer?
Oh my god! I think you're right. I think he's the third string on the fucking Browns.
That was my happiest cut. That was my happiest cut for the Packers. I was like, that's actually.
Yes, he's behind Mike Glennon.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Yeah, oh my god.
That was my favorite cut for the Packers. That actually brings up my NFL douche of the week.
What?
Damarius Randall.
Why?
Because he's decided to start talking shit about the Packers trading DeShone Kizer for him because obviously Kaiser's not good.
Yeah.
But like I was saying to a few Packers fans and Bears fans who are surprisingly always on every single Packers news story, you'd think that they were fans of that team.
Yeah, seriously.
But I was saying how, Randall was a good and consistent player for the Packers.
Yes.
He ended up being really good with the Browns. But he wasn't traded because of the way he played.
No.
He was traded because when he made a mistake and he got benched, he threw a hissy fit and walked off the field. And his teammates said they wanted him gone.
Okay.
His captains on the defense said, he's not taking this seriously. He doesn't want to play right. Can you see if you can move on from him?
Right.
And they did. And, it might have worked out good for him in Denver. I mean, not Denver, Cleveland.
Cleveland, yeah.
But, the trade was bad in the sense of getting Kizer. But at the time of the trade, what you're kind of thinking is, and what I was thinking at the time too, was Kizer, at the moment, had a lot of potential.
Right.
He should be a lot better than he is with his arm strength and his mobility. He just isn't able to put it together. And at the time, the Packers needed a number 2 quarterback because they were, I think, had Tim Boyle and Joe Callahan as their back.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. No. All right. So we both got Pittsburgh winning the North.
Yep.
You got Tennessee. I got Jacksonville in the South. You got the Jets. I got the Patriots.
Yep.
We both got the Chargers?
Yeah.
All right. My 2 wild cards, I already said Chiefs and Browns. So who are your 2 wild cards?
Let me see. I'll say Bills. Because Jets are going to win the division.
Yep. Yes.
And Chiefs.
Bills and Chiefs.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is your AFC title game?
Pittsburgh Steelers versus Titans.
Damn! Pittsburgh and Tennessee. Holy shit, you are really loving Marcus Mariota this year. You think?
No, I just don't. I think the Jets, but if the Jets are on the road, I don't know.
I got
you. So.
Going to Tennessee if not, or whatnot. Wow. I have.
Otherwise, I'd say the Jets and the Steelers.
I have
I think they face each other earlier, so.
In yours, possibly. I have Chiefs Chargers. I have an all AFC West AFC title game, Chiefs and Chargers, and we will tell you the winners of that after we are done with the NFC. NFC North. Here we go.
Say West. West is funnier.
All right, we'll go West, East, South, North. We'll save North last.
West is funnier.
The NFC West, and my bold prediction for the NFC West is the LA Rams will not win this division.
Nope.
It is the Seattle Seahawks.
Yep. I think Clowney's going to fuck
I
some
think
people
they're going to fuck everybody up, and they're gonna kill everybody. I think the Seattle Seahawks are back.
Yeah.
The Legion of Boom is part 2 is here.
Yeah.
Or about to. This is the first year of the second coming of the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, the Seahawks, I think, are going to make a big step forward, kind of like what I was telling you last week with Russell Wilson. I love him or hate him. He always finds ways to close out games.
He does.
I think their defense is going to be way better, and it was really good last year.
Yeah.
I think I don't trust the Rams. I don't understand why they gave Goff $110 million.
I don't understand that either. I think that's just fucking.
And that's like the funny thing about it was right after they did that, all of a sudden on 670 score, everyone was like, "Oh well, if Goff got $110 million, what do you have to give Trubisky?" And I was like, Trubisky isn't even like. I was like, Goff. The one thing about him, he did lead his team to a Super Bowl.
He did. He did.
But Trubisky led his team to a double doink.
This is true. This is very, very true. Second team in the NFC West, I have the San Francisco 49ers.
Yes, me too.
I think Jimmy G is the real deal.
I think Coleman's going to help them. They got some good young receivers.
They got Kittle.
Yeah. Their defense is good.
Their defense is up and coming. Niners are here. And this is going to be the beginning of them.
Yeah.
I like them a lot. Third team, here's your Rams.
Yeah.
I just think the Seahawks and the Niners are going to be better than the Rams. I think they get the
and the Rams
Super
will
Bowl
obviously be better than the Cardinals.
Huh?
The Rams will obviously be better than the Cardinals because that's another shit show.
Yeah. Arizona's a goddamn shit show. I got them last.
Yeah, I could see the Rams being third. I think like around 7, maybe 8 wins. But yeah, their defense hasn't been the same since 2-3 years ago when they were just dominating everyone.
Yeah. And now they just give up yards like crazy at passing yards. Even
and their offense is still no. It's since Marcus Peters got there.
Yeah.
Their defense has been awful.
Yeah. How weird is that? How weird is that to say?
And then their offense still puts up points because Goff is a good quarterback. Robert Woods and Brandon Cooks get open. So it's just I don't trust their defense to hold them, and I really don't trust Jared Goff.
No.
For a full season.
I don't either. Yeah, not with his $110 million either. Fuck him. NFC. We'll go East. Sure. My bold prediction is the Giants will not be last place in the NFC East. They will not. And my winners of the NFC East is the Philadelphia Eagles. Far and away, the Eagles are the better team of this league. Of this division. I think they're back. Even with Carson Wentz, if he misses 2-3 games, because he's never had a full season, of course. I think even without Nick Foles back, I think that defense and that running game is going to be disgusting. They have very talented wide receivers, and it's going to be enough to win this NFC East.
I'm going to go with what you did last year. How about them Cowboys?
You're going with my Cowboys from last year, damn it! I think the Cowboys are going to be bad this year. I think they're taking a huge step back.
But I just don't think this division is good, so it might not matter.
Oh, my God. I got the Cowboys third.
I think Zeke obviously does great things for them. Their defense improved last year. I think a full season with Amari will help Dak. I don't think Dak's that good of a quarterback, but
I don't either, and that's why this is going to expose them.
But I think with Amari, he'll make him look better than he is. But I think if they wouldn't have locked up Zeke, I would have said, okay, last place, because without Zeke, you have nothing. But having that monster, that's there's few.
There's been plenty of teams with a monster at running back that can't do shit. Lions, Barry Sanders.
Yeah, there have. But those running backs weren't fucking 300 pounds. It's just 8 people on the way to the end zone.
Barry Sanders is one of the greatest running backs of all time.
He is, but
they're going to do shit with him. Dallas is going to do shit.
But the Lions also didn't have the line that the Cowboys do, too. Because the Cowboys still have the best line in football, pretty much, with Frederick, Zach Martin, Smith, and
I just feel like they're going to find ways to lose games, especially with Dak Prescott. They're going to find out that they do need another quarterback. And I actually have Dallas less than 6 wins. I have them 5-11, as crazy as it sounds. And that leaves the New York Football Giants. You want to know about a running back that goes crazy? Saquon Barkley. And the Giants are going 8-8. They are going 8-8.
This is like a Joe Flacco pick.
They're going 8-8. The Giants are winning 8
They're going to win 4. Saquon will do amazing in every game, but they won't be able to make up for the loss of.
Well, Eli Manning's not going to be playing all the games.
Yeah, because Daniel Jones is really amazing, right?
Yes, he is. You're going to know about Daniel Jones. The world is going to know about Daniel Jones.
Know that he should have never been drafted, like Baker said.
No. Daniel Jones is winning Rookie of the Year.
He won't.
Yes, he will.
I think if he starts, it's not going to be till week 7 or week 8.
Yeah.
And if that happens, you're not going to, no matter what he does in those next 8 games, you're not going to give a word to someone.
I think he will. I think Daniel Jones is going to start in week 3 and going to bring this team to an 8-8 season with great stats and then win the Offensive Rookie of the Year. NFC South. Saints.
Falcons.
I like the Falcons because I have them number 2. High-powered offenses on both teams. Really good fucking defenses. Well, Atlanta needs to prove themselves.
Well, no, the Saints' defense is weird, though. Because, on paper, it's, really good, but then they'll have games where they give up, 500 yards and, 30 points, and I'm like, what just happened?
And it's usually against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah. But, yeah, I see them, 1-2, Falcons, Saints. I think Matt Ryan's going to have a better year this year. The only concern I have with them is Devontae Freeman.
Yeah.
Because he can't make it through a full season. And now behind him, you don't have Tevin Coleman, you have Ito Smith. And I don't think that's going to be able to be the same thing. I had, right after in my one draft, I took Tevin Coleman. Someone drafted Devontae Freeman from the Falcons, and I told him, I was like, he's a good player. It's just he never produces like you expect him to.
Right.
He never. You're expecting someone like him to get at least a touchdown and 100 yards a game, and he just doesn't. And it's maddening starting him in your leagues if you know he's not gonna constantly produce. But yeah, and the Saints will be like they were last year, Kamara and Breeze. Only concern there is Kamara being the number 1 and not having Ingram taking the beatings for him.
Exactly, but they do have
Latavius Murray.
Yeah. Okay. No. But Drew Brees is still Drew Brees.
Yeah.
And that wide receiver core, it's still the Saints.
Yeah.
I have Carolina number 3.
Yeah.
They suck.
Actually, no. I have the Bucks number 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Why?
Because I think...
Why? Why do you have this?
I think Jameis is actually going to improve this year.
Okay.
I think Mike Evans and Goodwin are good receivers. Plus, they got O.J. Howard. I think they're only really missing a running back, but they could probably trade for one. It would be Melvin Gordon or whoever else is on the trading block.
This is true.
I think their defense will improve. Their offense is going to look a lot different under Arians. I think they have a good shot of at least being third, maybe winning like 7, 8 games, maybe 6. But yeah, I don't trust anything with the Panthers. Like they have McCaffrey, and like what else?
Yeah, really. That's it. They don't have McCaffrey. They don't have any fucking wide receivers. What more? All right, fine.
And
whatever.
he's like a decent receiver, but he'd be a better like 2 or 3 than he is a 1.
Yeah,
like he's not like if I was looking to line up my team, you look at like most other teams' number 1s. Okay, Bears have Allen Robinson.
Yeah.
Vikings have Diggs.
Yeah.
Or Thielen, you can swap them in and out as number 1.
They got both.
Lions have Galladay and Marvin Jones.
Exactly.
Chargers, Keenan. Exactly. Packers, Devontae.
Exactly.
Raiders, they have Antonio, even if he's crazy, but he still have Antonio. Browns have Odell.
Yeah.
Even Giants have Sterling Sharp.
Yeah.
Those are all number 1s. Falcons have Julio. Bengals have AJ. All number 1s. All like fucking like miles ahead of what DJ Moore is. I'm like, yeah, I get it. He's a young receiver. He could develop that. But they wasted so many draft picks on receivers. They drafted Kelvin Benjamin. And he never worked out. They drafted Funchess, and he never worked out. Like, they haven't had a good receiver since Steve Smith. Well, I mean, Olsen, crazy. But Olsen wasn't a receiver.
He was a tight end, but still, I know what you mean on that.
Yeah, no, like, Olsen might be, like, their best, like, statistical wide receiver in the last, like, 15 years.
Right.
Because he's the only one that was consistent. Like, I just don't trust. I think people are starting to figure out Panthers' defense, too. Like, Luke Kuechly is a monster. But the main problem with the defense Rivera still runs is it's still basically the cover 2.
Yeah.
And teams know how to tear apart the cover 2 now.
Exactly.
Like, it's not like a new defense. People know, like, oh, this has been around a while. If you just go high off the zones or no one's going to be back there, we're just going to blow you out. And I think against, like, the Bucs with Mike Evans, like, that's going to be dangerous. Plus, the Panthers really don't have any corners. So I just think they're in trouble.
I think, yeah, I feel that.
If they do end up last and have only like 3-4 wins, do they take a quarterback next?
No. You still go with Cam Newton. He's still
or do they blow it on another receiver that won't be good?
They'll do that. They'll blow it on another receiver that won't be good. NFC North. The Lions will be the second place team in this division.
I'll go bottom to top.
Go for
it. Lions.
Okay.
Just for as good as like they may look on paper.
Yeah. I think
their line is still not good. Their secondary outside of Darius Slay is not good. Like Trey Flowers looked like a good signing.
I think he's a good signing.
But you know what else looked like a good signing?
What?
Jamie Collins. When Belichick lets a player go, there's a reason he lets them go. He doesn't let go of a top player and be like, oh, you could go get like 15 sacks a year for them. I'm done with you. He lets them go because he realizes something's missing in their game, and he just lets them walk. I don't think Trey Flowers is going to make that big of a difference for their line, and like their offense could be good.
I think it's gonna be great. I think Kerryon Johnson, Galladay, Marvin Jones, fucking oh my God, Danny Amendola. I think
how many games does he got to stay healthy?
What about the tight end, the rookie tight end?
He's second string because he's behind Jesse James.
That's all right. Jesse James is good.
But you say Amendola. How many games is he going to play? 3, 4? He gets hurt every year.
7.
He's not going to make it through 7
games. He's going to
games.
do 7. He's going to make it through 7 games.
I think they'll be in last, but they'll be in last with like a decent record, like 6-7 wins.
All right.
But there's not enough on that team defensively that I think can slow down the offenses that are going to be in the North. Like, not that I think the Bears' offense is going to be that great, but I think it's still going to move the ball.
I think they're going to be that.
It's going to move. Think it's going to move the ball on the Lions just because Lions don't have enough to slow teams down. Then in third, I got the Vikings.
I have the Vikings in last place. Call me crazy. I was loving the Vikings until I really looked at their team, and you know what?
Kirk Cousins is their quarterback.
Cousins.
He was my number 2 pick in my draft. Not mine, but someone in my league.
I know. It's fucked up.
That was so great. That made it really easy to pick Davante Adams.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, as it was happening, I was just like, why? Like, I don't understand. Like, is there something new here? Is Kirk Cousins all of a sudden great? Because why is he the first quarterback?
Exactly. No, I think the Vikings are still going to go like 7-9.
Yeah.
But
I think 6-10 though.
Yeah.
I think they're going to lose to basically most of every team in the division.
Yeah, I agree. Vikings are going to be last. I have the Packers third with a 9-7 record. And then I have the Bears still winning this division. I hate to say it. I think that offense is going to get better. That defense is going to stay around there, maybe dip a little bit lower, but I think the offense is going to pick up the slack. And I think the Bears are going to win this division.
I think the Bears finish in second. I think they got like 10, maybe 10 wins. But I think what's going to hold them back is one, their defense is obviously going to take a dip because it's not going to be able to repeat what it did last year. But also, I don't trust their offense is actually going to make that big of a step forward. Just because, like I was saying to people on like the comment boards earlier, saying like, oh, Mitch is going to have a huge year because in the third year, look what Patrick Mahomes and Alex Smith did. And I had a comment, he's not Patrick Mahomes or even Alex Smith.
Exactly.
Like, he is a decent mobile quarterback.
Exactly.
But his arm is incredibly inconsistent.
Yeah.
He has kind of a sloppy throwing motion. And people try to bring up, oh, look at what he did in big games. Okay, one of the big games was the Dolphins. Like, they don't bring these up because they're losses. But one of the big games was the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Where he had, I think, like 15% completion percentage. Then the Eagles game in the playoffs, where he didn't move the ball until the very last drive of the game.
Exactly.
I just don't, like, people are saying that, like, this year is basically, like, if Mitch doesn't show something, then it proves it was kind of a mistake and that they got to look again. And, like, I kind of believe that. But I don't think it's just for Mitch.
No.
I think it's also the coach and also Leonard Floyd.
Really?
Because Leonard Floyd was drafted right before Vic Beasley.
Okay.
And the Bears actually traded up to get him. And he was supposed to be like this monster pass rusher outside linebacker. Like, the one thing I keep going back to about like all my friends who are Bears fans is I tell them, like, okay, your defense was great last year. Hicks and Mack looked amazing. But where the hell was Leonard Floyd? If Mack and Hicks are getting double teamed, why can't Floyd break one block and get a sack?
That's true.
Like, why can't he, like, make a play or do something?
Exactly.
And, like, I just think this is going to be a bit though they still haven't finishing second because they're still better than the Lions and the Vikings, because the Lions and Vikings aren't good. But I think, like, maybe, like, 9 wins. They have a really tough schedule, too.
I was looking at that, but I think they're going to rack up a lot of wins in the NFC North.
Compared to last year,
they
have a really tough schedule. And on first place,
that means
I got the Packers at 12-4.
So why do you have our Packers, who I do not believe in that running game. I do not believe in the wide receivers other than Davante Adams and that very, very young defense. Why do you believe in Green Bay?
Because I actually do believe in Aaron Jones. He is a good back. just in McCarthy's system.
Yeah.
He was never given a proper chance because basically how McCarthy would use a back is he'd run him for a down. If you get stuffed for a play, then okay, you're out. We're going to put another in. And you can't do that with a running back because the way the running backs go is they keep getting fed, they keep going.
Yeah.
And LaFleur's system is going to be a lot more run heavy to like set up play action, set up screen passes. I think this is a perfect offense for Aaron Jones, and also the rookie they drafted from Notre Dame, the Dexter Williams. I think, and the receivers, most of the receivers besides Devontae are young, but they are getting one back that was having a great year before he got hurt, and Geronimo Allison.
Shut. Well, yeah, but
and then you could put Scantling at the slot, which he did really good at last year, and Rodgers built a little chemistry with him, and I think the defense will be better again than they were last year. I don't think in this division the defense is going to have to be like world beaters to beat these teams. I think the most powerful offense is actually the Vikings, but they can't do anything because Kirk Cousins is the quarterback. Well, having Dalvin Cook, Kyle Rudolph, Stephon Diggs,
they got weapons.
Adam Thielen,
they got weapons.
That's the most scary offense on paper to me, but they have Kirk Cousins, so it's not going to matter.
They had somebody even half as good as.
If they didn't get rid of Teddy Bridgewater, maybe. But I think the Packers end up winning maybe 11, 12 games. I don't trust the Bears to repeat what they did last year. Everyone keeps saying that I'm kind of laughing at, mostly with their fans, is they had one really good year. And they think, that means we have to win the Super Bowl this year because we have one good year left.
You don't have to win the Super Bowl. You don't.
Well, no, they think they're we're definitely,
yeah,
because we had one good year last year. And the one thing I see, I look at this is usually how I judge the divisions on skill position players. Quarterback, best one's Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Running back, probably Dalvin Cook and the Vikings.
Minnesota, yeah.
Wide receiver, Devontae is better than Allen Robinson.
But not as a wide receiver core.
I don't know, because even their core, Anthony Miller hasn't really done what he was supposed to do. Same with Taylor Gabriel. And Trey Burton's afraid to play football.
Yeah, he is.
Then the Vikings have obviously Diggs, Thielen, and Rudolph, so they probably have the best receivers. Then defense, obviously the Bears have the best with Mac. But if you go further on that defense, what I think is going to cause the big test step back for them, they lost two extremely important players to that defense, in Bryce Callahan and Adrian Amos.
But they got Clinton Diggs.
Much like Kyle said, Clinton Diggs, yeah, he's a good player and he'll make some amazing plays for you. But he's also going to randomly try to jump up for an interception that he has no chance of getting.
Yeah.
And leave the center of the field wide open for a touchdown.
This is true.
There's a reason two teams gave up on him when he was projected as a top safety in the league when he got drafted. There's a reason both moved on from him. And I think that's going to help improve the Packers defense, having Amos with Savage, because people are saying Savage kind of reminds them of what Eddie Jackson kind of was, where Amos just kind of breaks him up and Savage is a ball hawk.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to help. And even if you go to the corners, the Lions have Darius Slay. Vikings, Mike Hughes, and Xavier Woods. Xavier Rhodes.
Yeah.
I was thinking wrestling.
Exactly.
Then the Bears, Kyle Fuller. And the Packers are Jair Alexander.
Yeah.
I'd say the Bears' corner is the last on that list. Kyle Fuller.
Wow.
I watch every time he winds up against Devontae or Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
They destroy him. They either double move him or just run right past him and get a touchdown. Even that game where Hundley was playing, and Hundley is probably the worst quarterback I've seen in a long time, and Devontae was still streaking way past
Fuller.
Fuller's a decent press coverage guy, but he's not going to get many interceptions. He's not going to lock down the top names. And that's one thing that Jair actually showed last year in his rookie year, like potential to actually limit and lock down the other team's number one receivers.
Exactly.
And he did that with Allen Robinson. He did that with Diggs. And, like, that's one thing I'm, like, not really sure of with the Bears offense, too. I still don't think Allen Robinson fits in that offense.
I think he does.
I don't think he does.
I think with Matt Nagy and hopefully with Trubisky, I think that Bears offense is going to be really, really good. Not really, really good, but they're going to be good enough. It's going to be like a top 15.
I don't think they're going to be top. Like, I think the two things that are going to slow them down, their offensive line isn't as good as like what people are writing about.
Okay.
Like their two tackles are incredibly beatable. And if you go division, if you expect Trey Flowers to have a big year, which you kind of do if you're Detroit.
I do.
You have Trey Flowers against one of their tackles. Then you go Vikings fucking monster line, which is Neil Hunter. And then the Packers just got Gary, Preston Smith, and Zadarius Smith.
Right.
I think any of those pass rushers can force Trubisky out. And if you force him out, like that's the danger of a young quarterback. I think he's going to get like little happy feet and try to run. And what I've seen last year, he's not really that into sliding yet. I think he's going to get
well, he's got to learn.
I think he's going to get rocked.
He's definitely got to learn on that one. So, you have Packers in the north. Yeah. I have Bears. South, you got Falcons. I got Saints. Yep. East, I got Pittsburgh. You got Dallas. We both got Seattle in the West.
Yep.
Who's your wild cards?
Saints.
Yep. I got Falcons. So
and Niners.
And Niners. I got the Lions. I got the Lions as that team. Who is your NFC title game?
Saints vs. Packers.
It's really funny you say that because I say it's going to be the Saints against the NFC North champion. Saints Bears. So you have Steelers Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Who goes to the Super Bowl?
Steelers.
I have Chiefs Chargers. I have the Chiefs. You have Saints Packers. Who goes to the Super Bowl?
Saints.
I have Saints
Breeze
also.
Has one last Super Bowl and then leaves.
I agree. Saints win the Super Bowl. Both of us say Saints win the Super Bowl. It was a different journey for the Saints to get there, but we got the same outcome.
But I think I could also switch depending on home field advantage.
If it's in Green
Bay or in Chicago.
Yeah, if it's in Chicago or Green Bay, yeah, because Drew Brees doesn't do well in cold weather outside.
Although even if it's in New Orleans, for some reason Aaron Rodgers is amazing in domes.
Yeah,
like he's like way better in domes than he is anymore.
This is true.
But yeah, if it's flipped and somehow the Packers or Bears get home field advantage, like I could see the Saints in the title game. But I don't know if they beat them at home.
Beat them in Green Bay or beat them in Chicago.
Yeah.
I still have Saints all the way. Saints, who dat?
Yeah, Saints.
I have MVPs and defensive player, rookie, and comeback.
Yeah.
My MVP, Phillip Rivers. I think he's going to have a phenomenal fucking year. They're going to need him a lot, especially if Melvin Gordon is out a little bit. I think he's going to do some magic. I love Phillip Rivers as my MVP. Who's your MVP?
Gary Rodgers.
Defensive play, yeah.
If you look at his stats from last year before he got hurt, people claim that was a down year. He had 3 interceptions.
Well, yeah, because he kept throwing the ball away, but that's smart.
Yeah,
why are you ridiculing him for playing it smart?
Yeah, so I think if they get an above 500 record, they're gonna, because of who he is, he's gonna be talked a lot. I think he's gonna get it, and they're gonna boost him up high. If it's not him, I think Drew Brees.
Okay, I like that one. Defensive player of the year, I got Bobby Wagner. He's a monster, especially if Seattle's gonna win the West. I think it's gonna be a lot because of Bobby Wagner at linebacker. So I like Bobby Wagner.
I know it'll take a lot because it takes a lot for safety to get it.
Yeah.
I say Jamal Adams from the Jets.
Yeah. Yes. It takes a lot for a defensive tackle and a safety to get it. Because I was going to go with Fletcher Cox, and I'm like, wait, defensive tackles don't get shit.
Unless you get like 20 sacks.
Exactly. So, no.
I Jamal Adams, I think he gets like 6, 7 in picks.
Yes.
Maybe a few forced fumbles.
My rookie of the year, call me fucking crazy, Daniel fucking Jones. Daniel fucking Jones is my rookie of the year. Call me crazy.
Darnell Savage.
Savage. You bastard. You fucking bastard. And my comeback player of the year is Jimmy Garoppolo. He missed all last year. 49ers are going to, for me, they're going to miss the playoffs, but with a 10-6 record, he's going to get it. He's going to get even if the fucking Niners go 7-9 and he has like 3,500 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions, he's still going to win comeback player of the year, no matter what.
If
it's his to lose.
If my MVP is flipped and Breeze ends up winning, I could see Rodgers winning comeback player of the year.
Okay.
Just because didn't play a full season. So, like, that's kind of what qualifies. Maybe Andrew Luck signs week 5 and he wins.
He wins with
the Patriots.
Oh, God.
They bench Brady for Andrew. No, that's the one joke my friend said. He's like, what if, like, the day after Brady retires, Andrew Luck unretires and signs with the Patriots?
That would be insane.
Just like a full heel turn on the Colts.
Oh,
it goes
my
like,
God. That would
comes
be
out
insane.
in an NWO shirt. Like, what?
I would think, oh my God, that would be crazy. That would be just fucking crazy. Okay, well, I'm going to go to the bathroom. If we want to have an intermission, because I don't know why, but I feel like I'm about to go to sleep. But I'm going to do intermission. We'll be back. This is the Pub List. I'm James. Jesus Christ, we got a whole lot left. Oh my God. You crazy cat.
Joe Flacco still sucks.
No.
He ain't winning MVPs anymore. Madden 20 revealed his true skill set.
Yeah.
Madden 19 lured you into a false sense of confidence. Like, oh, Joe Flacco's really good. And then just all comes crashing down. The next quarterback you take, the pro comparison is going to say Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco Jr.?
No, it's going to be 40-year-old Joe Flacco.
40?
The Joe Flacco you have right now. Joe Flacco sucks.
Never.
Joe Flacco sucks. He was your number one pick.
You little crazy cat.
He was your number one pick.
No.
Yes, he was. Joe Flacco sucks. His own parents don't like him.
I hate fall time. I hate fall time. It fucks with me.
I like the fall.
Huh?
Go fall and winter. Joe Flacco sucks.
Never.
Joe Flacco sucks. James is starting to realize this. He made a terrible choice.
Binksy! Don't start with the Joe Flacco sucks, Binksy.
Yep.
You think Joe
Even
Flacco sucks?
Even your cat doesn't believe in Joe Flacco or the Lions, and your cat is a lion. It doesn't believe in them.
You don't believe in them? You ate your fucking food right here. Look. Too bad. So sad.
She's like, even I knew the Lions were a bad pick. Right? And the Lions were a terrible pick.
No. Okay.
Joe Flacco sucks.
Never.
Yes, he does. You know it's true.
No, it's not.
Joe Flacco is awful. So did you see AEW?
Huh?
You see AEW?
I did not see it, but I know all about it.
Like I said, like I told you before, I rented it.
Yeah.
Like, it was an okay show. I think it drastically missed not having Ambrose or Moxley on it.
Oh, we're on right now?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
I
All
think-
right,
I
we're
think-
back, baby.
I think it missed not having Moxley as a part of it. Like the Pac match was awesome.
And
Like,
you know what?
so-
They took a page out of WWE. When somebody gets injured, it's like, oh well, we know the other person's gonna win because that's how it usually is. But they took a part of WWE and said, well, guess what? Joke's on you. The person that is replacing the person is gonna win.
Yeah.
And that's what they did with.
Well, no, and that's like what one thing. Like I like about at least Omega in there is he doesn't have an issue putting other people over.
No, he doesn't.
I think the other ones, like the Bucks lost to Pentagon and Phoenix. But that's because the Bucks aren't going to win the AAA titles because they're not going to be in AAA. They're going to be
in
AEW.
So when is the AEW tag change?
when the shows
When they
starts,
start,
they're going to do the tournament for the tag titles. But like.
Is LAX?
Yeah, LAX is going to be in
It's
the.
because LAX came, baby.
I think the Bucks are going to win.
I think so too.
And like they made I think a kind of big mistake in the women's battle royal, like having that.
Well, it wasn't Rhodes.
No,
it wasn't Brandy.
No, but it was almost as bad. Like they picked like that Nyla Rose to win, and she's like okay, but when you have people in there like Evilise, Emma or Tennille Dashwood, which she is now, you got a few other independent people that are like really good, then you give it like to someone who's like just kind of okay, and like it just kind of like was a loss. And then the second match was kind of a stupid match. It was like the Jungle Express or something, or Jurassic Express.
Hey,
like some random
Luchasaurus is actually pretty fun.
He is, but the rest of them aren't.
Well, yeah, Jungle Boy and all that shit. Hey, Orange Cassidy is now in AEW.
Yeah, with Beretta and Croft.
Yes. Yeah. But no, I think Luchasaurus, he's fun to watch.
He is,
he's
but the people he's with aren't.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like...
kind of what they're pushing it as, is them three together.
Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus,
yeah.
Whoever the fuck
Whoever the midget was.
I thought that was Jungle Boy.
No, there was one smaller than him.
Oh, Jesus. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I love Jimmy Havoc.
Yeah.
He's badass.
Yeah, Havoc is fun. Like, that was one of the better matches on the night.
Yeah. No, that was a lot of... That match is great.
That was fun. Even that, though...
Do you think they're going to have a minor title?
They should.
Like a TV title or something?
It depends on how big their roster is, but they probably should.
Yeah. If they got 30, 40 people, they need to get a TV title type thing. And I think, like, Jimmy Havoc, Orange Cassidy, they need to be going for that title.
Yeah.
You know, that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and, like, the Cody match was awesome with Dillinger, Shane, whatever his name is.
Yeah, exactly. I know who he is.
Yeah, it was an amazing match.
And it was
Arn Anderson got involved.
Yes, did a spine buster. The place went crazy for it.
Cody then did the disaster kick on the chair and then the crossroads. And then it was cool because MJF kind of like teased like a heel turn because he had the chair after Cody was just kind of looking at Cody and just kind of threw it down and was like, and started celebrating with him. Like, that's the three things that happened during this pay-per-view are why AEW is my douche of the week.
Why?
One was Cody's entrance.
I didn't even see it, honestly.
Okay. So it had, like, it was a cool concept where the rule of the match was Cody could have one person in his corner because Ty had Blanchard in his.
Okay.
So as he was coming out, Brandy, DDP, and MJF were around him.
That's right.
And so was his dog Pharaoh.
Yeah.
And then
okay, yes, I know what happened.
Pyro went off and scared the shit out of the dog.
Yeah.
And then they were just like dragging the dog to ringside to continue. I'm like, as one, like, even I think Meltzer even said, like, if the dog was that scared, like, Brandy should have just taken him back and like just like
fireworks and dogs do not.
But like, according to Cody, like, two of the things: one, the mortars weren't supposed to go off, which were the loud ones. Like, it was just supposed to be like the sparklers and the fire, like, but the mortars weren't supposed to go, and they did.
Well, then that's technical issues of people not
And then people were also thinking that, like, yeah, the dog was scared, but they thought that maybe seeing Cody would calm him down. Because it's Cody. Because it's like Cody's. Like,
why didn't they test this out before they did this?
No, they did, but like the mortars weren't going off.
Oh, okay.
It was just like the sparklers and like the fire, which it was fine with. But then, like, because it's not the loud ones, it's just like the ones that look cool.
Yeah.
And like that, I thought was really stupid. Also, like, there was one thing that I know their company's still like a little young, so you can't say too much.
It's very young.
But one thing, like, a former WWE writer actually said that I actually agree with is outside of maybe like 3 or 4 people, which is Cody Rhodes, Omega, Jimmy Havoc, and Jericho.
And Moxley.
Yeah, but Moxley isn't full-time them, and Moxley isn't here right now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So why should anybody give a shit about anyone else at Town? Because I know it's been 3 shows, but they haven't started to even try to develop people except for the stupid Jurassic Express thing.
Yeah, the Jurassic Express, yeah.
Like, they haven't, like...
Well, because pay-per-views. And I understand that, yes, you do need storylines and all that shit going on with the pay-per-views. But because they are so young, and yeah, I understand they could do better in this category. Yeah. But isn't this also what we said before, that this is mainly the stars, the superstars writing their own storylines and scripts? So this is kind of one of the negatives on not having a guideline on what to do. I mean, yeah, we get the we did get the storyline of Ty Dillinger and Cody Rhodes, because Ty Dillinger smashed the fuck out of Cody Rhodes' face at the last pay-per-view to set up this match.
And then you had the Hangman Jericho thing set up.
Yes. And then you also had what you were supposed to have Omega and Moxley set up.
But then it was Pac instead, and that was good. Pac did what he was supposed to do.
But I understand what you're saying. They're not setting up a lot of the lower to mid-card storylines like, oh, I want to see Jimmy Havoc. Oh, I want to see Orange Cassidy just came to AEW, so you can't really do anything about that. But like, oh, I want to see Jurassic Express other than Luchasaurus doing what he's doing. Yeah. You know, they're not setting up the storylines, but they better get that shit rolling.
Yeah.
When it starts off.
The other thing I had a problem with, like, the whole time going up, I thought I had kind of had a problem with Jericho winning, but now like it was kind of the right decision. But the main reason I think it was the right decision is because it's Hangman Page is not ready for a title or being in the main event.
He's very what's the term? Green. He's very green. And the other thing is, they're just starting this fucking business and going into a premiere TV show. Yeah, exactly. You have Chris Jericho as your champ, not Adam Page, who only the hardcore fans know of.
And like then that's kind of the other thing. Like I was starting to get like with kind of the war that's going to start with them in NXT.
Oh boy!
And like it was funny because they interviewed Triple H and asked him what he feels about the potential war between AEW and NXT. And he basically like very candidly said he's like there's no war. He's like, I don't care about anything they do.
Yeah.
I'm focused on my job, which is making NXT a great show. Yeah. He's like, what they do doesn't affect my show.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just focused on helping these kids develop, helping them get to the main roster, and helping them be the best they can be. He's like, AEW can do whatever they want.
Right.
Like, it doesn't affect me. And
yeah,
then
you're right.
He also said, because people kept saying, like, oh, Vince is going to take over NXT, and he basically said, like, no, he's not. Like, the people who are making up these rumors, like Meltzer and Alvarez, some of the like beat writers for wrestling, that they need to like check their facts because number one, Vince, he even said it like this: Vince is people for everything people hate about him. Forget that he is a brilliant businessman.
Yeah, he is.
And Vince, he said then when I say Vince has a lot he does in a week. He's at Raw, he's at SmackDown. Like, he's at the office, he's doing all this stuff.
He's like it all.
He's
even at his age.
He even said, and also he's going to be moving to help push forward XFL soon. He's like, Vince, he's Triple H saying, as Vince told him, Vince basically told him, go with NXT, make them as great as they've been on the network, make them a success, like, take off with it.
Like,
and Vince,
Kevin Dunn might be involved though.
Like, he'll be involved a little bit, but I think here's the thing: like, if Kevin Dunn does something that Triple H doesn't like or says something, like, I think Vince would take no matter what dirt Kevin Dunn has on the McMahons that has kept him having a job for the past like 15 years.
Yeah.
I think if Triple H said, like, look, he's pitching a stupid idea, it's gonna like destroy this character. I don't want to do it. Vince would just be like,
all right.
Okay, like you know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing with NXT, so we're gonna leave it as is.
And it's also there's rumors because of the wrestlers kind of like tweeting and like Triple H even talked about that a little, like how he loves that social media are like helping the characters like really develop their characters.
Yeah, Twitter and all that shit is really helping.
And he said, well, one of the tweets that was just sent out was from Ring of Honor person. Like, I don't know if you've watched Ring of Honor before, but back in like around 4 or 5 years ago when he was still there, Adam Cole had a group with Mike Bennett and Matt Taven called The Kingdom.
Okay.
And Matt Taven, who's going to be a free agent soon, kind of tweeted out, wouldn't it be great to put the Kingdom back together in a picture of Cole, Mike Bennett, and Taven.
All right. Well, that's going to be interesting because Undisputed Era.
Well, no, I was saying, like, you could even, like,
just
because
bring in Bennett.
It's been a while
well,
since you've had, like, a huge, like, stable of people.
Oh, my God.
Like, you put Taven and Bennett with
the Undisputed Era.
Just let them, like,
be part of it.
But, yeah.
That would be nice.
But, yeah, that was interesting. Also, the tweets that Liv Morgan has been
a lot of people are now speculating that she's going to be Abby the Witch.
Yeah.
I really hope.
And I think, of all the people who could be here, like, my number one pick was obviously Paige because she kind of seems
like that. She looks she would be.
But Liv, like, the way she acts and, like, how she talks, seems to be perfect for that.
And now that she's cut her hair.
Especially when, like, even when she was in the Riot Squad and she did, like, that weird little thing of getting in the ring where she just kind of, like, stare at people and laugh. Like, I think she's going to be really good in that character.
Perfect.
I don't know if it'll actually happen until maybe after Bray gets the title.
Yeah.
Or maybe, like, a little bit before. Like, maybe you'll just all of a sudden see her in, like, an episode of the Firefly Funhouse, and then people would just be like, why the hell is Liv Morgan on? And then at that episode, you could also have, like, where Abby's normally in the window, just Abby's not there anymore.
Right.
Like, you just see Liv sitting in the corner. Like, you could just see Liv sitting in the corner, like, listening to Bray, and then, like, Abby's not there anymore.
Oh, my God. Now, speaking of that, well, the rumors are true. And it was confirmed on Raw this past week that Bray Wyatt
is going to fuck someone up.
Is going to fuck Seth Rollins
or
Braun Strowman up in a Hell in a Cell match at Hell in a Cell. I thought, once again, Firefly Funhouse was amazing. How did Vince McMahon let that be accepted on TV as Vince? I mean, I understand that sometimes he'll let cool shit go. But how fourth wall is that?
Because
Vince, I'm making you money and just feeding him dollar bills. Okay, you could have a title shot. How funny is that?
From what people like Jericho, like Austin, like The Rock have said about Vince, if you do something, even if it's something mocking Vince, but it makes Vince laugh,
he loves it.
He'll be like, okay, let's do it.
Like,
fuck
yeah, let's do it. It's true. So.
And, like, Vince, like, has a good sense of, like, and I've been one of the people who said, like, Vince kind of needs to take a little bit of step back. But, like Triple H said, Vince is, like, a genius
in
this business.
It's still running.
No one else.
Still running.
Well, no, that's one of the comments they made, too, like, saying how, like, the interview asked, like, oh, well, will AEW be the company that brings down WWE? And Triple H started to laugh. And Triple H said,
no one will.
Triple H said, you know, he's like, I think it's funny. I keep hearing this, WWE's struggling. We just signed 2 $5 billion contracts to put our shows on TV. He's like, how are we struggling?
Exactly.
He's like, we are not struggling. He's like, yeah, the ratings might not be where we want it, but every week we still have people watching. We still have people coming.
Exactly.
People come to our shows, come to our pay-per-views. He's like, the story that we're dying or we're failing right now is not true.
No, it's exactly. And it's
interesting because this, like, a lot of the stories now are kind of reminding me a lot more of, like, the Attitude Era.
Yes. And you know what? I put a lot of the credit actually to Heyman.
I put a little of Vince and Heyman and Bischoff, because Bischoff started a week or two.
Exactly. And SmackDown's been good. We finally get it. We finally get Bayley a full heel turn.
But it was weird how they did it too, because on SmackDown, like, she came out,
yes,
still had like
yes, and she was still playing a face in a way.
And but until the promo ended, yes, because she was like, oh well, I just did it because
I still love my friend.
Saying, I'm overlooked and like I'm gonna support Sasha.
So it was almost like she's a tweener.
And then all of a sudden, like, Charlotte said something and Sasha came out and beat the fuck out of her.
And then they beat the fuck out of Charlotte Flair. So I'm loving what's going on in the women's division. Yeah, Sasha's a full heel. But yeah, in a way,
I think Bayley's full heel. I think they're going to change her music in the coming weeks.
I think so too.
Change her entrance and all that.
And I just think it's funny that Sasha and Bayley are now heels, and Charlotte and
Charlotte's
Alexa
not really a
Bliss.
face.
Well, yeah, she's a tweener. She's a Stone Cold Steve Austin. And speaking of that, what's going to happen next week with Stone Cold and this whole Braun Strowman Seth Rollins shit? Is AJ Styles going to weasel his way into the triple threat into the match?
Or the Fiend attacks Austin?
Oh my god. That could happen. Because we're still we got one more Raw until we got the go home Raw, and then we don't have anybody for AJ Styles, so something's got to happen with that.
Yeah.
Unless you put both the titles on the line in a triple threat.
I don't know if they do that just because I don't think they want
and then have whoever
double champion right now.
And then have whoever wins loses the United States Championship the next Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, maybe.
Or I don't know. Like I don't know what they're trying to do, because if this is Clash of Champions, why is it the United States Championship on the fucking? The only thing I'll say
is like they've at Clash of Champions before, they have randomly forgot to include titles on the show. Like a few have not had the tag titles defended.
Well,
a few didn't have the cruiserweight title defended when they had it.
They need to change.
I think maybe they'll. I mean, he'll either get a match set up on Monday, maybe see who's been going at him lately. I mean, Ricochet's in the King of the Ring. I mean, AJ could cost Ricochet the King of the Ring and then do another Ricochet AJ
match. Yeah.
That's the one.
Oh yeah, my douche of the week is Antonio Brown. I just want to throw that out there. I forgot all about that.
That's a one down thing for WWE this week.
Yeah.
They completely fucked up the King of the Ring.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, they better have a good payoff. But
unless the payoff is Ricochet or Joe winning, I really don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah. Because if we get Baron Corbin versus Chad Gable, I don't know who fucking wrote that, and that does not sound like.
Or even Baron Corbin versus Elias, is it?
Oh yeah, that's right. Elias is. Like, I don't get it, man. Like Elias, Gable, or Baron Corbin, unless.
Unless Gable wins, and then it's just like a huge what the hell? Then at least that's. Amazing.
Yeah, and you know what? The crowds are actually getting behind Gable.
Yeah.
So
he's like a little angle.
He is a little angle. But here's something that's interesting.
He should have been Angle's son instead of Jason Jordan.
I agree. I think Chad Gable is going to win now, and I think this is going to coincide because if you saw his shirt, he is majorly advertising the whole Connor's Cure thing.
Yeah. And
I think this is huge to try to put Chad Gable over and, oh, you're the little man, bullying and all that shit. And, Connor's Cure is about cancer and, defying odds and shit like that. And I think they're going to do a massive, massive push for Chad Gable. If it's going to work or not, well, we're going to see after King of the Ring. But now it's really looking like Chad Gable's going to become the next King of the Ring. And they're going to try to do a massive push with him and maybe try to have him face Shinsuke for the IC title in about 2-3 months.
Maybe.
I feel like that's
I think I could see that happen. But now that they made the Raw match, finals match a triple threat,
yeah,
I think Joe or Ricochet are going to win. I think one of them will take Baron out, or someone who's against Baron will come out and take him out.
And then have
either Ricochet or Joe will
maybe
Cedric.
Yeah,
if Cedric comes back and
exactly.
That's one thing they were saying online too. That despite the loss, they're still planning on pushing Cedric really high.
As they should.
So, the two things I really don't like about the King of the Ring Summer, one is obviously Andrade losing because he should have.
Yeah, that was wrong. That was
especially against Gable.
Exactly, but I mean, if they're going to try to Gable win it.
And also, if Ali was going to lose anyways, having him beat Buddy Murphy when Buddy Murphy was like just moving up, and all of a sudden
and now I don't hear Buddy Murphy anymore.
Yeah,
you know, I know it's only been a week or two, but it's like now Buddy Murphy's just done.
But I did like the Rowan.
I like that a lot. Is this going to be a face turn for Daniel Bryan, or is this going to be more of like not yet? Or it's a tease. I just don't know if it's going to happen or not. And you know what? I think we're going to get. Oh, I'm saying it. Maybe at Hell in a Cell. Maybe I'll say Hell in a Cell. Rowan versus Bryan versus Reigns. Number one contendership for the WWE Championship.
I don't know if it'll be for number one
winner
contendership.
Gets the title down the road.
I don't know if it'll be for number one contendership, but I do think that match probably happens.
I agree.
But if any match with like Rowan and Bray, I think Harper
is going to be involved.
Harper and Liv are going to somehow get involved. Like I can even see like. I mean, I'm assuming Seth's gonna win because Bray's.
Yeah. There's no way. There's no way. Well, Braun's a face too.
Not really.
He is. He's just Braun Strowman. But
I think Seth, unless they give it to Braun just because they think it looks more impressive.
For Bray Wyatt to destroy the fuck out of Braun.
But I think,
and that might be. That actually might be. He might just be a transition champion just to look strong.
Yeah.
To get killed.
I think one of the closing moments, at least I was writing this, that would be cool is, okay, you have the two of them fighting, then have Braun try to go for like that running like body block thing he does.
Yeah.
Then the lights go out, lights come on, and Liv's just like standing in front of him, and like Braun like freezes because he's not gonna run over her, and then Bray just moves from behind her, and either Sister Abigail or puts a claw on him.
Well, I mean, Braun Strowman is a little bit too big for Sister Abigail.
No, he's died to him before.
Yeah, that's true. But I can totally see the claw for sure. And then claws Braun Strowman. I like it, and it was a good week for WWE.
Yeah. NXT was good. They set up for the first show on USA. Roderick Strong versus Velveteen for the North American title as the main event.
Nice.
And there's
for the live one, right?
There's supposed to be a tag title match too. And Cole facing someone.
They should. I'm excited. You know what? There is one thing that I did read about the AEW, and I think this is going to hurt them a little bit. It's a 2-hour show, right?
Yeah.
They said that they're not gonna have the same people on every week. Exact. I think that's
I think that could be bad and good at the same time.
Now I think you're gonna have your Rhodes, your Omega, your Jericho every week because if not,
but the minor card people will switch.
But
the only reason I see that as good is because it gives them something that wrestlers normally don't have. It's time off.
Yes.
So like it could be good. But yeah, if it's like the big stars missing a couple, and Jericho, is going to be missing weeks because he's like constantly with Fozzy and doing other stuff. So he's not going to be on every show.
Right.
And like WWE has had that where the champion hasn't been on every show. Well, that's one funny thing that happened. Jericho got his title stolen.
Yeah.
But then he found it again.
In Tallahassee.
Yeah.
How the fuck did he get there? We have no idea. But apparently it's stolen.
And it's really weird how it would have gotten there. Because like the story was, after the pay-per-view in Chicago, he went out to dinner, left the belt in the limo. Then also the belt went missing. Then all of a sudden it's in Tallahassee with the police department.
Somebody took on a plane.
Well, no, and people
whatever.
were blasting Corey Graves for making a joke about it. But he says it wasn't really a joke about that. It was just something else. Like, because when Maverick lost the 24/7 title.
Oh my God!
Corey Graves said, like, "Oh, just make sure to celebrate. You don't leave it in the limo and go to a fast food place."
Oh my God! I when Jericho lost the title, everybody all over was like, "Well, R-Truth took it." He thought it was the 48.
If he just ended up with it somehow.
Dude, that would have been hilarious.
Like he just popped up on Instagram holding it.
Yeah, holding that at the 20. Well, he didn't have the 24/7 at the time, but He's like, I found the 48, 30, 65 European TV hardcore championship. I love R-Truth. Once again, 24/7 is the best.
I'm sorry, I like Drake Matberg more than him.
I know.
He's hilarious.
He is funny as shit.
I
love it.
But yeah, it's been good. The past few Raws and SmackDowns have been better.
Heyman's getting it, man.
Yeah.
And you know what? Bischoff is getting it too. And Raw and SmackDown's becoming good TV again.
Yeah. And I'm interested to see, number one, what they do when they decide to redo the draft again, which they're going to do in a few weeks. SmackDown's first live show, I think they're going to do that on Fox. Also, what I'm trying to think is NXT somehow going to be involved in the draft? Because they were saying to appease some of the people who aren't happy on main roster, they might just move them back.
I agree.
To NXT.
I mean, you're going to have a lot more of the main roster guys possibly go back now that it's live.
Yeah.
So they can get people to watch it.
Yeah.
So you might get
that's the one show I don't think is going to be a problem for people to want to watch.
But how cool would it be to go, like you said last week, Seth Rollins to pop up and face Johnny Gargano?
Yeah.
I would be right front and center to see a match like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And also, this was just announced a second ago for the debut of NXT. They're going to do a triple threat with Io, Mia Yim, and who else? Let me see.
That's, oh boy. What's this? Hold on. Speaking of, Wrestling Observer reported a big shakeup to WWE's creative teams. Ryan Wood is out as SmackDown's lead writer, replaced by former Raw head writer Ed Koskey.
The switch writers because Heyman wanted.
Yeah. Paul Heyman moved him over to Raw upon taking the executive director job. Nice. But yeah, so it's what, EO? I don't have it, but
Mia Yim, and I'm trying to find the third person.
Oh, well, it's 7 hours ago. Hold on. We got oh shit, where the fuck is it? Oh, look at us. All right, the draft will begin October 11th on SmackDown, which is 1 week after the show's move from USA to Fox.
Yeah.
So okay, the event would then conclude October 14th on Raw. So the week after SmackDown, the week after the move on SmackDown.
Because, the first SmackDown's going
to be like Rock. Well, maybe not Rock, but like Austin, Taker, all the oldies.
So it's going to be Io versus Bianca Belair versus Mia Yim for triple threat for number one contender to the women's title.
Fuck yes. Fuck.
Yeah, because, the first SmackDown's going to be like a little crowded, so they wouldn't be able to do it there. And from what everything's saying and what the reports are saying is they're now somehow got into Vince's head that now SmackDown is the A show and that they're going to start rostering it and treating it like the top show.
Interesting. I'm excited.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Number one, I really hope for the draft that it's Heyman and Bischoff that are picking the people.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean, they don't have it right now. Neither show because Shane's been gone for 2 weeks and Stephanie and Triple H haven't been shown in months. They don't have on air authority people. So
maybe for one night
having just have Bischoff and Heyman rip into each other.
That'll be hilarious. Just like the old days. Well, I got nothing else. I'm James.
I'm Adam.
This is the Pup List, and
Joe Flacco still sucks.
We'll be back next week.
Joe Flacco still sucks. So do the Lions.
I'm gonna get rid of Joe Flacco.
No.